looks like he's ready. All right, this is business stats with Excel. Every week we'll have Excel. Every week we have homework. Every week we have business stats. So here's what I did. I did something different here. I went ahead and put all the subjects I want to talk about today on the board, and just seeing if any jump out at you want to talk about. Yeah, I'll start with this one. This one right here. The number 70 is how many minutes it took me to get here this morning. Wow. All right, any other subject?
Doesn't matter.
5? Pretty good. Don't forget to sign in. Any other subject? Please.
Excel on paper.
Excel on paper. When you're handing in your Excel assignment a week from today, I want you to write down the Excel equation and then the result on paper. You're not sending me an Excel spreadsheet. So let me give you an example. Let me find my pen here. Let's say the answer is going to be equals median. Is it median? Am I spelling that right? Parenthesis, there's a bunch of data over here. So B3 ... through, let's say it goes all the way down to B36. There's the Excel equation you entered into Excel to get that answer, let's say because it was part of your homework. Then you're gonna give me the result that you got when you entered it into Excel. You're not handing in the spreadsheet, you're handing in the handwritten, what you entered in Excel, and the result you got when you put it in Excel. So, let me show you an example. Here's this week's homework. It says write Excel equations using Excel functions that will calculate the mean, median, and mode for the data in column C. Write these equations on paper and the results to be handed in at the designated spot before the start time of class. That table right there is going to be the designated spot as you walk in to class next week. A week from today is your first assignment's due. There's 3 parts to it. The written part, the number line part, and the Excel portion. These are the 3 portions. And so that question, what we just talked about, where'd you get that from? Where was it? Handing Excel on paper. That is the Excel portion of your homework right there. All right. Any other subjects jump out of you? Any questions about handing Excel? Did everybody get it? Yeah.
Do you want all the homework on one paper or 3 different papers?
You can hand in, I always say the less paper the better, let's save some trees, but it's up to you. Anyway, you can put them in any order, you can put them on paper, you can put it on a board and take a picture and send me a picture of your answer. You don't even have to you wouldn't even have to hand the paper. But the paper makes it a lot easier. I grade paper assignments first. If for some reason you can't get here, yeah, take a picture of your assignment and email me the picture then, and I'll grade it that way.
Okay, and do you want us to rewrite the question?
No, you don't have to write the question, just the answers is fine. As little work as possible, for you. Okay, yes?
It's kind of like what she was asking, right? We have to like print that out and then write the answer.
No, all you have to do is give me 3 equations with 3 results, because there's 3 questions there. You just have to handwrite them out. Or you can type them, that's fine. Unless it's late, then you have to handwrite. But it's up to you before it's late, how you want to do it. So does everybody get how to hand in the Excel portion of the homework? Yes.
So are we showing our work on paper?
You will be showing your work on paper, but with Excel, there's no work to show because all you're giving is the Excel equation and the result.
Oh, you're just talking about the Excel.
The Excel right now.
Okay.
Just the Excel part of the assignment. All you're giving, but the thing is, you're not handing in an Excel spreadsheet. You're handing in somewhere on the paper where all your answers are. There are going to be these 3 Excel equations with those 3 results somewhere, just like this. Now, believe me, this is not the equation you're handing in. I just made this up. Matter of fact, the data's in column C. It's not even in B. So this is going to be a C, and that's going to be a C.
And that's the answer.
No, I don't think that is the answer. I made that up.
Just made up
I just made it up, yeah. I just made it up. Just to try to make sure you guys give me an answer. Yeah.
Aside from this, I had another question about, when I was on the board, about the late policy.
this late policy right here?
Yeah, well-
Okay, before I go into late policy, I wanna make sure everybody feels confident, they understand how to hand in Excel on paper for that part of your homework, just that's only a part of your homework. Everybody get it? Okay, we're gonna go to the late policy. Hang on, let me go here. This is posted on, here's the late. This whole semester, everything has a general umbrella policy called the no excuse policy. Everybody watching, I wanna make sure you guys know you got, make sure and sign in, so I have you as attended on that piece of paper before you leave. So the no excuse policy, did I put that, there's no excuse policy on this list? How did I leave it off? I don't know, but it's part of the late policy, so I'll put it right here, no excuse. That means it does not matter why something's being handed in late, it does not matter, as late as late, that's all it is. And I promise you, you're gonna go ahead and have the best reason as to why it's late, but I found over the years, the only way that I can be fair to everybody is if I don't bend a single rule for anyone. That's the only way possible I can be fair to everyone. So when you send me this long email as to telling me why this assignment's late, and it's gonna be the best reason, you're gonna have a doctor's excuse, you're gonna have all kinds of reasons, and it's great. And I know you're gonna want me to say waive the late reduction, but I can't. And here's what I want you to know, that don't take it personal. Just because I can't waive the late reduction for you, it doesn't mean it has anything to do with you. It's that I don't waive it for anyone. That's the only way I can be fair to everyone, is to treat everybody the exact same, which means no bending any rules. That's the only way I could do it. So the late policy means if it's late, it's late. The moment it's late, like right now, let's say you walked in and handed it in right now, is a 25% reduction. So the highest grade you can get is a 75. And that's a big deal. So it's so important not to hand in assignments late, that if you're running late and you know that there's a chance you're gonna hand in your assignment late, pull over, get off the road, because it does not matter if you're late. The effect on your grade if you are physically late is almost nothing. The assignment being late, that's a big deal. Pull off the side of the road, get your phone out, take pictures of your assignment, email it in, and then relax and drive. All right, who cares? Long as you handed those pictures in, the date stamp on it in your sent folder says they're in before class starts, you're not late. It's not late, so you're set. But if you're walking in, how many minutes late? How many minutes late is this? Hang on, 10 minutes. If you're 10 minutes late and you're just handing the assignment, the highest grade you're gonna get is a 75. So he would have been better off pulling off the side of the road and take pictures, because you know he hasn't finished. Just something came up along the way and is causing him to be late, right? So who cares? We'll get to the part about participation. You'll see that you would have to be late, I'd say at least 5 or 6 times to maybe have an effect on your grade. Your one assignment late could affect your grade right away. See the big difference? So go, you know, be late, but don't let the assignment be late.
So what if we know that we're gonna be running behind the next class day? Could we send it to you the night before that?
Absolutely, send it to me the day I post it, you can send it to me. I won't grade it till, you know, the day after it's due, because I don't want everybody to know the answers, but yeah, you can send it to me anytime, as long as it's not late. Now, it's 25% off, 1 minute late, all the way until midnight the next day. So you have all the way, the rest of this day, and all the way to all the next day, and you can still get a 75. But then the day after that, it's another 10%, so the highest grade you get is a 65. Day after that's another 10%, now the highest grade is a 55. The most I can take off for being late is 60% reduction. So right there it says maximum reduction 60%. So if you're already, what is that, 4 or 5 days late, take your time, it does not matter. You can go ahead, there's gonna be a deadline in April, I'll announce it 3 weeks in a row. Hey, this is the last chance to hand in late assignments, last chance. You can be 13 weeks late and still get a 40. And there's no reason not to get a 40, because the answer's posted, so I don't know how you wouldn't get a 40 unless you, I don't know what, right? Also, if you walked in a minute late, all right, don't forget to sign in. Don't forget to sign in right behind you, there you go. Yeah, thank you. Sign in. Anyone else came late, didn't sign in, please sign in. If you walked in a minute late, think about whether you wanna hand it in even. Because now, you're gonna get a 75 is the highest grade you can get, and you're already a minute late. So you might as well wait till the answers are posted, since you're a minute late already anyway, and compare the answers and correct your answers to guarantee you're gonna get the 75 and just hand it in the next day before midnight. Send me pictures, is how you'd hand it in the next day. And you're guaranteed to get 75. If anyone's not getting at least a 75 on every single assignment or higher, it's because you're not caring about your grade enough. Because it's impossible, other than you not caring, for you to get less than a 75 on an assignment. The answer's posted. I don't want you to write the problems out. I want you to look at the answers and handwrite them. Now here's the deal. Anything being handed in late has to be handwritten. You cannot copy and paste whatever it is I posted. Can't copy and paste the written assignment, can't copy and paste the number line assignment this week, or the Excel. You must handwrite anything that's late, and then take a picture of your handwritten answer and email it to me. Well, I wanna repeat this because no matter how many times I say this, I've never had a semester where everybody realizes what I just said, so I'm gonna say it again, I wanna make sure. If you're gonna be late with an assignment, you might as well go for the 75, and you shouldn't ever get anything less than 75. Because the answer gets posted, let's say it's due a week from today. That night, the answer gets posted. Worst scenario is the next morning. You have all the way until midnight the next day to hand it in. You could go ahead and take your answers, compare it to the posted answers, make corrections, and get guaranteed a 75, because there's no way there's anything wrong, right? Everybody get it? Okay, this class is designed that you would have to work hard to fail. Don't get me wrong, every semester someone works their butt off for it. And congratulations, they get it. But please, don't be that person. Don't work hard to fail. This class is designed for nobody to fail. Because you can get a 75 on every assignment. Just, hey, this one's too hard for me. I don't, I haven't got on WhatsApp and see what everyone's talking about yet. I'm gonna hand it in late. Yeah, great, you're gonna get a 75 as long as you wait till the answer's posted, write the answers out, and then hand it in. All right, so everybody knows how to get at least a 75 on every single assignment the whole semester, right? There shouldn't be anything lower. If it's lower than that, you just, you're not using a correct to-do list. By the way, that's a big part of this class is I try to teach you things that will help you in life after this class. And one of them is I want to talk you all into using a to-do list if you haven't already. Our brains are not made to store all the things we need to get done. So you need to develop the habit of looking at a list of the things you need to do that day at least 3 times a day. Check over that list. Again, afternoon, check over that list. Again at night, check over the list. And anything you didn't get done, you forward it, you just take it, go to your list and forward it to the next day and hope that you can get it done the next day. That's how you stay productive. This is so important in a job because when you're in a career, you get a ton of tasks. And my to-do list every single day was like this long in the different careers I've had. So, all right, everybody understand what the late policy is? It's gotta be handed in before class starts, on the date it's due, and when, let me just show you when it's due. Whoop. Down at the bottom is the whole schedule, and I want you to see how consistent it is. Where's that consistent? Right here. Consistent due dates. Week 1 assignments, Tuesday, January 16th, a week from today. Week 2 assignment, Tuesday, January 23rd. Week 3 assignment, never. That's a great due date. Never. We have quiz 1 right away then on Tuesday the 30th, but then we have a lecture on Thursday and an assignment due on Tuesday the 6th. Now, hopefully you're seeing a pattern. Homework seems to be due every Tuesday. This way, it makes it much easier for you to remember when things are due because it's Tuesday. I don't think there's a single assignment due any day but Tuesday. Let me make sure. I could at least know. Week 5, Tuesday, February 13th. Week 6 is due Tuesday the 20th. Week 7, due never. That's our favorite one. Because I don't have to grade it. Spring break, oh, this is our favorite too. February 24th through March 3rd. It's a little earlier than most years, by the way. This is about 4 or 5 days earlier than most years, the way the dates lined up somehow. What do we have? Week 8, Tuesday, March 12th. Week 9, homework's due Tuesday, March 19th. Week 10, we have quiz 3 on Thursday. No homework due because of us having a quiz on Thursday. Week 11, Tuesday, April 2nd. Week 12, Tuesday, April 9th. Week 13, Tuesday, April 16th. You get the picture. Consistent due date. You know you got an assignment due Tuesday. Don't get me wrong, some of you get in the habit of thinking there's a homework assignment due every Tuesday, and you'll accidentally forget, and you'll hand in one where it says never handed in, which is always fun. It makes me laugh, and I appreciate it. But, you know, so it's pretty consistent. So there you go. I'm jumping to what criteria makes up our grade. Here we go. Participation, 5% of your grade. In-class assignments, every week at the end of the week on Thursday, I think it's almost on Thursday specifically, we have an in-class assignment in the last 10 minutes before you leave. I'll put it up on the board, everybody takes out a piece of paper, you try to work out the assignment, showing your work. Where's that showing your work? Showing your work, anything you're doing manually, show your detail work. You must show your detail work. You'll lose points for not showing detail work. It's showing me how you got to the answer. What you're doing in your mind, put it on the paper. If you're dividing, show me you're dividing. If you're multiplying, show me you're multiplying. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, in-class assignments. Then you get up and you go to other rows, and you must compare to at least 2 other students before you hand it in. The goal is that we all get 100 on that in-class assignment, but it never happens. Because I grade in-class assignments very specific. I'm looking at every little detail. I want you to show me you truly understand what we just talked about, and you're even comparing with another student to help you understand what we just talked about. So every week you have an in-class assignment, and those count for 15% of your grade, but you're comparing to 2 other students, so it should be a low-stress situation to do that part. It's basically preparing you for part of your homework. So that's what the in-class assignment does, and you're learning from someone other than me. Your homework is 20% of your grade. We just talked about those. The homeworks are pretty big. There's 3 parts to this week's homework. And your, let's see, quizzes, there's 3 of them. So 10%, that first one's the easiest, 10% shortest. Second one's 15%, the third one's another 15%. Then your final exam is 20%. So there's 100%, that's all that added up. How's that? Does that make sense? I want to give you a big hint about that showing work. When you're doing these quizzes and the final exam, I give such generous partial credit that if you show your work, you may get, and you have a completely wrong answer, you may still end up getting almost all the points because you show details how you got your answer, and I can pinpoint where your mistake was and only take off like maybe a quarter of a point for that mistake because I can see that everything was right from that point on, from if that mistake were not made, as far as your process. That's how you get the most points. You show your detail work, and I'm looking at the detail and giving you as many points as I can. There's nothing worse than leaving an answer blank. That's the craziest thing you can do. Tell yourself right now, you will never leave a question answered blank on any quiz or the final exam because it's impossible then for me to give you partial credit. You gotta at least guess. You gotta at least add something together, subtract something, multiply something, do something. Just show me you at least attempted the problem so I can give you at least some credit. All right, so everybody understand partial credit? Or showing your work. All right, where are we then? The late policy, any questions about that late policy? How 25% off right away, and then it goes 10%, and then 60 is the max, even if it's like 12 weeks late? Any questions on that? Everybody gets it? Really? All right. Consistent due dates, showing work. What do we want to talk about? Here, let's go to one of my fun numbers here. 3. That's how many semesters I have left before I have to retire. This semester and 2 more next year, and that's it. I'm gone. 35 years. What? Are you that old? Yeah, that's right. I'm an old man. All right, go ahead. Name another subject. Oh.
Tutoring.
Tutoring. Where is it? There it is. This is my favorite word. Free. I just got an email over the weekend about there are 2, I think, tutors so far, and one of the subjects they can tutor on is our subject, both of them. So we have 2 tutors available. I'm gonna post under announcements on Canvas. Let me just see, I think I have, right here, I'm gonna get rid of this welcome announcement, and there'll be a tutoring announcement here that I leave up the whole semester. I'm gonna put the details that I have about the tutoring. Gosh dang, you know what else? SI, supplemental instruction. We have an old student of mine, Christian, who is also gonna be available to do supplemental instruction, and I'm gonna post those also on announcements when he starts emailing us, telling us what days he's gonna be available, what room he's gonna be using. Last semester, a lot of students went to see him for his sessions right before class, so he did it like the hour right before class started, so they found it really helpful. So we have that for free, supplemental instruction with Christian, and then we have tutoring for free with these other 2 tutors whose names I can't remember. And I'll put all of that under announcements will be coming in the next couple weeks. In the first couple weeks, you will not even seek out tutoring. It's gonna be so easy. My teaching is all about starting out easy to build the foundation, the building blocks, and then go from there. I don't wanna leave anyone behind at the start, so it starts out real easy. Concepts, you're gonna build confidence about statistics, you're gonna realize this class is not gonna be that bad, and it will gradually get a little harder, but as long as you show up and get the foundation, you're gonna make it through this class. You're gonna go, hey, this isn't bad, I'm getting this. It's when people start getting absent that they start to fall behind, either because they're not watching the video or they're just not here, I don't know, taking it in as easy as they can in a video, I don't know. But I try, if any reason this video doesn't turn out, I have 450 videos before these videos that I could post instead of this one. So there'll always be a video available, whether it's from last semester, the semester before, the semester before, the semester before, or whatever the case may be. So there'll be a video available. This class will never be canceled. Let me put that. Where's this? This class will never be canceled. If we have a snow day, if today there was gonna be a snow day, you'd see a big announcement on campus that says, class is not canceled, please watch the video. Everything I'm talking to you, I did last semester on day 1, I would have posted the video and you just would have watched the video instead. So there's only way class is canceled is if it's a snow day, the same day we have a test schedule, because we can't do that online. We're gonna do that right here in the classroom. So that will delay everything. Everything will be put off if we happen to have a snow day on a test day. That's the only way. If we have a scheduled lecture, if homework is due and it's a snow day and I'm not canceling class, I'm expecting everybody, and you'll see on the instructions, it will say, take a picture of your answers and email them before class starts. And you just email your answers in instead of handing them in. That's all. I saw a hand up, please.
You ended up answering the question.
Oh, okay. All right, so everybody get it? Yeah.
But what do you mean take a picture before class? Is it
Like, let's say all of a sudden you got an email that says, oh, school's closed, canceled, but homework was due that day. I'm not canceling, just because school's canceled, I'm not canceling. You still need to hand in your homework by taking a picture and email it to me before 9:30. All right, just as if you're walking in, handing it in, you're taking a picture and handing it in. And then, as long as you're already out of bed and you're taking a picture of your homework and handing it in at 9:30, why not watch the video I already posted and be like you came to class from 9:30 to 10:30? Because last year's lectures will be posted and you'll be able to come to class.
Just on your tests, are they handwritten or are they?
Yeah, your answers on a test will all be handwritten, not on computer. You're allowed to use one computer, either your own laptop or tablet, or you can use this computer, and everything is open canvas. Meaning, you can't be on the internet. You can download everything off Canvas that I posted to use while you're taking the tests, all semester, including the final exam. Let me repeat that. Do I have that on there? Open book, open notes, open everything?
No.
Darn, hang on. Well, testing, here it is. Right here, this is what we're talking about, right here. All right, you ready? Quiz 1, right? That's the date. Night before, take a flash drive at home, download every one of the homework answers. That way you have the answers all ready to go. Take all your handwritten notes, turn them into pictures, and put them on that flash drive. Download each of the PowerPoints that I posted. Have those ready to go. I would even have a picture of notes telling, with different subjects as to which PowerPoint slide you should jump to if the question's about binomial distribution. If the question's about whatever, I can't think of the subject off the top of my head, so I'm gonna make some up. If the subject's about uniform distribution equation, you have on your notes, uniform, PowerPoint chapter 3, slide number. It's all about, since everything's open book, open note, it's all about beating the clock. It's a timed test. That's what, the only challenge you have is the time. So, when you're preparing for my test, it's all about how organized you can be prepared for it. How fast can you find the help you need to be able to then do the question? Hey, this problem, you're gonna have majority problems, like the homework, and minority true and false, or multiple choice questions about the reading, the boring parts that I lecture on, the PowerPoints and the book reading and stuff like that. So let's say there's a 10-question test, 6 of them will be problems most likely, and 4 will be multiple choice most likely, the boring stuff. So how you prepare for it is you go, okay, I'm reading this problem, I recognize it's Poisson, and now you go, you open up your notes with all your, where you're gonna go, oh, Poisson, PowerPoint slide, chapter 3, slide number, and you go there, this is how I saw Poisson. Or maybe in your notes you have homework from week 4, problem number 2 is Poisson, and you'll go to that problem, you'll refresh your memory, how you solved it. Boom, tack the problem on the test, and you're writing your answer out right on the test. That's the only paper you have in front of you is the test, and you're writing your answers out. But you're opening up all your notes digital. Everything's digital. You can open up your notes. I'm walking around, I'm making sure you can use your notes, you can use the PowerPoints, all the answers I posted, anything I posted on Canvas, and anything you turn to digital, you can use, but no internet. Internet must not be accessed while you're taking tests. So you have to have that all downloaded in advance. And when you get to the final exam, that means everything, because it's cumulative. So you need to download everything from week 1 all the way to week 14 on a flash drive, ready to go. If you're gonna use these computers, hook your flash drive in and bring everything up, ready to go. Someone had their hand up.
I was gonna say, cause you said everything from Canvas, can I download everything from Canvas and my own notes and then upload it to a folder? Can I use the folder?
Yes, it's your folder on a pen drive, but not on like a cloud drive, no. You can't go on the internet and access on OneDrive or a cloud drive.
It's on
Have
the
it on a
test
flash
drive.
drive or already opened up on your laptop.
Okay, so as long as it's already opened up.
Yes, as long as it's already open, or the folder's already on your hard drive with all that stuff in it. Then just open the folder up, that's fine. But you can't go on the internet to get that folder.
No, not the internet, but
Right.
like it's just on the desk.
Yes, you can put everything in a folder. That's a great idea, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, put it in a folder and organize it in some way.
Use flashcards?
Yeah, matter of fact, I'm suggesting using a flash drive to have all that stuff on so that no matter what computer you end up, it's assigned seating. Did I put that?
He said flashcards.
Flash card, I keep saying? I said flash card?
He said flashcards.
Oh, flash card, what's a flash card? No, you talking about a paper card?
Yeah.
No, nothing paper except for the test is in front of you. Everything else has to be digital, that you are accessing on a computer, including your notes. You can make flash cards, but turn them digital. You know what I mean? So your pictures. Yeah, somebody blew it about 2 years ago by having things in their notes that they should not have had, and so I had to take notes away, so that's why you gotta turn everything digital. All right, yes?
So you said no paper, so if I'm like taking notes on my iPad, I could use that?
Yes, it's already digital.
Yeah.
Are you using that same iPad for everything off of Canvas also?
Yeah.
That's fine, because you only allow one computer,
Oh, okay, one device.
one device,
Okay.
yes.
I know some of the other like database classes, aren't super friendly to Macs. I know Excel isn't typically an issue. Do you see that being an issue in this class?
You know what's funny is, every semester several students have Macs, but somehow they're able to figure out how to get Excel to work with Mac. If anybody knows that process, how you can get Excel to work with Mac, it's like a different Excel maybe?
Well, I think Excel's normally good. I know Access didn't work at all.
Don't
Yeah, you
use
have to use Access in this
So,
class.
but Excel is.
Excel is the main one we're using for sure, and Word, you know.
I had a class last semester, when we used Excel, and I have a MacBook, and I just downloaded it.
And it worked?
They give me $100.
Oh, good, good, everybody hear that? What did you say back here?
You download it off the App Store.
You downloaded what?
Off the App Store.
Off the App Store.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, good, and that will work? And it's free, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes,
What about assignments that we turn in class, can they be typed? 'Cause I know you
they
said-
can be typed and printed, yes, absolutely, unless it's late.
Right.
Because if it's late, then you gotta handwrite the answers, and then however you're gonna hand it in. All right, so what did we just cover there? I forgot already.
Testing.
That was testing? Oh, flash drive we talked about, but when you walk in on test day, there's gonna be a seating chart up on the screens. And it kind of tell you where you're seating. There's gonna be about 7 in each row, going all the way back. And there's folders, big folders up between each of you, so you're like in your own cubicle. You can't see to your left or see to your right. So I'm telling you that in advance because there's no reason to plan on cheating. All right, I'm taking away all the temptation of cheating, but because this class is being taught in a way that you, even if you're not a math person, even if you're somebody who says, I hate numbers, you're gonna be able to get through this class by showing up. You can get through it. It's just a matter of showing up and being involved in each part of the process, and it will sink in somewhat, especially at the beginning. Everybody should do pretty good on the first quiz, I hope. All right, so what do we got? We're gonna run out of time with all these subjects. Let's go, I'm gonna start going down the list. Let's go with office hours. All right, let me go back here. Office hours are almost any time except Tuesdays and Thursdays, because I'm here on Tuesdays and Thursdays, can't do office hours. Almost any time, any day, Sunday, Saturday, whatever, because we're gonna use Zoom. I do my office through Zoom. So we'll plan a date, I send you the Zoom stuff, you meet me there on Zoom on that day, that time, which could be 2 hours later, it could be the next day, and we'll have our little office meeting if we need it. I will encourage you to email me some questions before I schedule the office meeting because about 90% of the time, I'm able to help without even having to do the office visit. But if you're insisting you want that office visit, even after we've emailed a couple times, no problem. And it can be any time, any day, except Tuesdays and Thursdays. Because I have that long drive back, so I don't even get home till like 3 in the afternoon or something, so. And then my goal is to get the video posted by tonight. And it takes at least 2 hours, because you gotta convert it, you gotta edit it, convert it, then you gotta upload it. And the conversion takes like almost a whole hour, and the uploading takes almost a whole hour. So it's kinda crazy. All right, so there's the office hours. Grading criteria we talked about already. There's all the parts again. Let's talk about though the grading. Okay, there's all the parts, participation, blah, blah, blah. Look at it, I moved, years ago, I moved all the center grades, the C, the B, the A, and the D, all from 64 to 63. So you know how usually the middle is 64, 65, 66? Well, mine are 63, 64, 65, 66. So, there they are. Let's put this right here. You must have a C or above in this class. If you're a business major, and I think most of you are, maybe all of you even, you must have a C or above to go to DS 302 Advanced Business Statistics, which are both, this and that one's are required for all business majors. So you've got to get a C or above to go on to the next class, so you got to take it over. So, don't get me wrong, you got to work hard to not get a C or above, but it's possible. The key, I think, to make sure you get a C or above is just show up. Just show up, that's the key. You gotta be here to hear all this material I'm giving to you because I walk you through it with baby steps. And if you show up, you'll get through it. So that's the key. C or above. So that would be a 73 for your final grade or higher. Now, when you get your final grade, I go 1 digit to the right of the decimal. So you actually only need, that has to be a 5 though. That can't be 72.49999. That's gotta be a 5, because I go 1 digit. If that's a 5, you got the C, the 73. Because I'm rounding based on that digit to the right. So it's gotta be a 5, that first digit. So all you need in this class is a 72.5. Also, always know your grade. Let me go here. Right here. Right, there's no grades in here, so that's why I can show you now. Oh, I'm on student view anyway. Oh no, I'm on regular view. On here, way to the far right, every time I grade something and get all the grades finished, I'm also gonna let Canvas know what amount of weight that assignment is. So the first one's gonna be week 1 homework. Week 1 homework, and what I haven't published yet is week 1 in class, which will be on Thursday. And then as I put all the grades in there, I'm gonna say, okay, homework is 2% of your overall grade, I think it's 1.88 or something like that. I'm gonna enter that in, and then when I grade the in-class, that's about, I think that's like 1.2% of your whole grade, so I'm gonna put the weight on that. So when you go to, over here to the far right, that total will almost always be what your grade is in the class if it ended today. When you're looking at it and the class ended that day, that's your grade. So there's no reason this whole semester for you not to know what you're getting in this class. Your grade's always there in that total column. Every time something else gets handed in, you'll see, give me time to switch the percentages, to add the percent of the next assignment that I just created, but then you'll see that grade change in that column, total. And you just compare it to the syllabus, you know what you got going on in the class. Everybody after quiz 1 should jump to that total, so you know after quiz 1, you'll see exactly how your homework and in-class assignments have weight to keep your grade up, even if you fall apart on quiz 1. Your grade will still be okay, because you're doing the homework on time, and you're doing the in-class assignments on time. So anyway, throughout the whole semester, you'll always have the ability to know exactly what your grade is in the class. It should never be a surprise where you stand in this class. I always keep this updated. And as we get closer to the end of the semester, because so many students ask, hey, what do I need on the final exam to get this grade? Or what do I need on the final exam to get that grade? I'm gonna post a spreadsheet where you can start entering different grades for a final exam, so you know exactly what you need on the final to get whatever your grade is you're trying to accomplish. This will have you can enter all your grades in, it'll have all the weights, and then you start putting in different final exam grades, and you'll see how it affects your overall grade in the class, and you'll know exactly what you need on your own by using the spreadsheet I posted. Go ahead.
For the final exam, is it all short answers?
It's all, let's say that the final exam is 20 questions. About 12 or 13 would be problems, and the rest would be multiple choice. From like the PowerPoint readings and the book readings.
So
And,
it's important for those five.
yeah, kind of. It's important to be able to know where to look. That's the key, you guys. None of this needs to be memorized. That's the whole point I'm trying to get across. I don't expect anyone to have to memorize anything, because if we all had great memories, we would all be doctors and lawyers. That's the difference between us and others. It's just they have really good memories. Not all of us have really good memories. I don't expect you to memorize anything. What I expect you to do, though, is put together an organizational way for you to find the help you need fast, because the clock will be ticking and the pressure will be on as you're taking the test. It's a matter of getting it done in time. That's the key. If I gave you all day, everybody here would ace it, because you'll eventually find the help you need to answer the problem. It's a matter of being so organized and being familiar enough with the material to know where to look when you read a problem on the test. That's the key. That's how it is in real life. So I'm trying to duplicate real life. You know, I used to be the business manager of a business, and so I was having to do things all the time. But if I didn't know something, I could go and look it up. Don't get me wrong, I'm going back before the internet was invented. That's how old I am. The internet wasn't invented yet. I couldn't just go on the internet and look. But I had books and things available all around that I could look something up and find the answer to. I didn't have to have everything I learned in college memorized. Once you know, when you get in the job, you have tools available. So that's how this class is designed, to use the tools that are on campus available to you. But I had deadlines, and you will too. You have to get them done within a certain period of time in this test. That first test, I think, is only like 40-minute time limit with maybe 8 questions. Yes?
Can we email the homework as soon as we're done with it? Or?
Absolutely, you can, but I won't grade it until after it was due. So, but now here, and which reminds me, where are we at here? Right here. Once handed in, so you gotta say to yourself, am I sure I want to hand this in? It's then handed in. Once it's handed in, it's handed in. You can't go, oh, I went to WhatsApp and somebody was posting how they did a problem and I did this wrong and I want to change it. No, that's the risk you take handing it in early. Here's the deal though. That takes us to resubmission. If you made a mistake, you can't resubmit it. You're gonna take the hit for making a mistake, because I'm detail grading most of these homework assignments. I'm looking at everything you guys write. I'm spending my whole life grading your stuff. All my time. I don't know why I say that. Did I record that? I should get that one. All right. Where was I? No, yeah. Once handed in is handed in, but let's say you handed in, now the answer got posted, and you realize you have a missing item, those can be resubmitted. Oh, I didn't realize we're supposed to do this part here. You do that part. Take a picture of it, get it into me before midnight the day after it was due, and you only take a 25% reduction from that portion that was missing. The rest of it's not late. So if that was only 10 points out of the 100, you're getting 25% off those 10 points, not off the whole 100 points. So you can still get a good grade. Right, but you have to catch the missing item. If you wait for me to hand it back, think about it, you're handing it in Tuesday, my goal is to hand back your assignments on Thursday. Oh my God, I had a missing item, because you waited until Thursday and you didn't check yourself. Now, you hand it in by midnight Thursday, you're already 2 days late. The missing portion is gonna have 35% taken off instead of 25. So, that's why you wanna check the posted answers to see if you had any missing items. How you know you have missing items? I'm gonna go over the homework right after you guys hand it in. And you're gonna go, oh, I didn't realize we had to do that. And that's another indication you knew you had a missing item. Wait till the answer's posted, look at the answer, handwrite the missing portion, take a picture, say, this was missing from my homework in the email, and I know now to add that to your homework, and change your grade on your homework if I already graded it, and only take 25% off that portion only. Just that 10 points that you accidentally didn't do. So, yes, resubmissions do exist for missing items. Errors, no resubmission. Once handed in, always handed in. So be careful if you're gonna hand it in, make sure that you don't have errors, because you can't correct it. But if you have missing items, you can still hand those in. And then, after you hand it in, and after I go over it, and you think you might have a missing item, look at the posted answer, because I'll get it posted that night or the next morning, and then hand in any missing items. You know you're gonna get full credit, just minus the late reduction on just the missing portion, because you're looking at the posted answer. That's the key to getting the max points once you're late, is wait for the posted answer, so you know you can get the maximum amount of points for handing in late. All right, so where are we at? Textbook. Listen, there are so many, this is like the 4th year we're using this, what's it called, edition? Edition? Is it the 4th by chance? Which edition is it, 3rd or 4th? Anybody know? Oh yeah, I got it in here. It is 4th edition. All right, and this, I put loose leaf just because I was trying to save you money, but I want you, listen, any one of these 4th editions, hardcover, loose cover, it's been around now so long that I hope nobody pays more than $50 for the book. Matter of fact, I would imagine there's a bunch of them out there, if you're not picky as to what condition the book's in, that you can get for 20 or less. All right, $20 or less should be your goal. They're all over out there. Now, why do you need the book? If it's a regular book, it's absolutely allowed. If it's an electronic book, it's absolutely allowed. If it's the loose leaf book, it's absolutely allowed. So as far as having paper in front of you, you have the test and you can have a paper book. It's open book while you're taking the test, yes. Open book. Yes.
You say electronic, like a PDF? Of
Yeah,
the
you
book?
can have a PDF book, yeah. You
On
can
the
have the hard copy
website?
book. You can have it any way you want it. That's the one paper I am allowing, is any book,
Gotcha.
the book.
I know, I've had, in my previous classes, I had a McCarthy textbook, and, but, it wouldn't let me download it, so I had to access it to the website. Would I have to print out the pages?
No, he's saying that he wasn't able to download a McGraw-Hill book before, but but you were able to access it somehow.
Yeah, I used to go to the website.
Just start taking screenshots and save them as pictures, and you got the whole book, and you can use it while you're taking the test. Just one picture to the next, or something like that. That's one way. If you can turn it to PDF, it might be faster, yeah, if you figure out how. You know, or if you just find one. If you guys search right now on like where do you get books these days? Is there Chegg? There's what is there? eBay. There's what else? You know, any of those sites. Put in the details for this book. Put in the ISBN. You should be able to find it for cheap, $40 or less. I want to hear some of you tell me you got it for $20 or less. That'll make me proud. The whole point is not to spend a lot of money on this class, not to spend a lot of money on a book. Man, books used to kill me when I was in college. I was a very poor college student. I mean, used to try to have to figure out where my next meal was coming from. Do I have to take some cans back, bottles back? Where am I gonna get my food from? That was really poor. So I'm trying to keep it cheap for you. So there's the book. So where are we at now? Oh, I'm skipping participation. I know that will kill some people. Schedule, we talked about the schedule. I'm just gonna review it again real quick to make sure everybody understands it. The schedule is, there's lectures on Tuesdays, lectures on Thursdays, assignments due the following Tuesday. Lecture on Tuesday, lecture on Thursday, assignments due the following Tuesday. Just pretty consistent. Your first quiz is on Tuesday of week 4, but your other quizzes are gonna be on Thursday of their weeks. So week 4 on Tuesday, week 7 on Thursday. Now I wanna tell you that the disadvantage of Thursday for you is that whatever was lectured on Tuesday could be on that quiz. And that was only 2 days before you're taking that quiz. So that's the only disadvantage about a Thursday quiz. So whatever was lectured on Tuesday, which is gonna be chapter 4 stuff, can be on that quiz, on quiz 2 on the week 7 Thursday. And then the last quiz is week 10 on Thursday. Again, whatever's lectured on Tuesday, which is gonna be more, what is it? Looks like we're reviewing Excel Poisson, Excel exponential distribution, binomial tables. All of that can be on that quiz because that lecture's on Tuesday. So that could also be on the quiz from week 10 material. Go ahead, jump in.
So on days that we have quizzes and tests, do we also like go through the quiz material, or do we just take the quiz and test?
No, any day you have the quiz or a test like these, you take it, and when you're done, you're done. You leave, and there's nothing else to do that day. Since it's on Thursday, they probably, and since the homework assignment's not due ever, you probably get the whole rest of the weekend off after you get done with the quiz. There's nothing to even study or no homework to do or anything.
Do we have quiz reviews?
No quiz reviews. Open book, open note though. Go ahead.
So quiz 1 is based on 2 chapters, chapter 3, or?
It's not necessarily based on chapters as much as it's based on subjects. Let me go back up here. That's the best way to figure out what's gonna be on quizzes. What are the subjects? The first quiz is gonna have the subjects of mean, median, mode, pie charts, number lines, the bell curve, range, variance, standard deviation, correlation, empirical rules, z-scores, using Excel, all these different ways. Let's see what else. Bell curve with z-scores, discrete and continuous data. No, just discrete, excuse me. Continuous is after the quiz. Discrete data, expected value, binomials, the hardest part of quiz 1. Write yourself a note. Binomials, I would say that most people lose points on the binomial part of quiz 1. So let that be your warning. Binomial. And that's Excel functions such as large, using small, using binomial distribution Excel function. Those are the subjects that will be on it. What chapters, don't focus so much on the chapters because I'm grabbing stuff from all over. But let me show you something that's really good. In the instructions, each week you have these weekly instructions posted on Canvas. Yeah, a lot of you probably saw it already. Let me go home. And there it is. Right at the top of each week are the weekly instructions. Let the weekly instructions be your guide every week. And with week 1 instructions, I'll show you what you're gonna see. You're gonna see the dates of the week, what assignments are due, when they're due. This one's due Tuesday, January 16th, before the start time of class. It even reminds you to hand in your assignments by dropping off paper copy designated in the spot in the classroom on that table right there. Do not hand anything using Canvas. Oh, please. Let me repeat that. Don't submit through Canvas because half the time it doesn't work. And so then you gotta prove to me that you submitted it on time. Just directly email me, which my email's at the top of the syllabus. And I mean, you'll see it all over the place. So you should be able to find my email pretty easy. And then on the instructions, this is the best part. Right here, I'm directing you as to what materials that we'll be talking about in week 1. So PowerPoint chapter 3, slides 1 through 19, PowerPoint chapter 2, 1 through 13. Now, let's go to quiz 1. If someone says, hey, what should we review? My answer is always, go to the weekly instructions, look at what materials that are being told that are being covered, that's what you should review. So if you told me, what should we review from week 1? I'd be telling you to jump to these materials. PowerPoint chapter 3, 1 through 19, PowerPoint chapter 2, 1 through 13. And then textbook pages 80 through 97 and 32 through 48. Then there's some pics I put up there. There's an Excel spreadsheet helping you learn how to do mean, median, and mode using Excel functions. And then, of course, I'm going to have the videos posted. Now, one person I've noticed each semester decides they want to use the videos while they're taking a quiz, and I'm okay with that. Here's the deal, though. I believe the only way you can make it work is you go to YouTube, you load the video. I believe you may have to watch it, the whole shadow go all the way across, like the whole thing's loaded, then turn off the internet. It's loaded and ready to go, but if you have if you made a note as to at 1 minute and 30 seconds is the Poisson equation, or at 2 minutes and 40 seconds is how to do binomial. if you're a visual learner and you'd like to have those videos all set up with, and you have notes on your computer as to at what time this is being talked about, what time that's being talked about, and you have an earphone hooked up and you wanna listen to that video while you're taking the test, that's up to you. That's creative. Go for it. You can do it. I'm pretty open. All right? Everybody see all the different ways they're gonna be able to get through this? I know a lot of people hate statistics, so I wanna make sure you realize the keys. All right, we're gonna run out of time unless I keep going. I already said you're handing in the answers to your homework problems, answers to the written assignment, answers to the level line assignment, and your answers to the Excel assignment are all on paper. Whether you typed it up or hand wrote it, it's still on paper. If it's late, it has to be handwritten. But if it's early, you can type it all up, however you wanna do it. I skipped participation on purpose. We talked about all this. Announcements on Canvas, I showed you where that is. Grades, we talked about that already on Canvas. Assignments, if you're on the home, I'm on home right now. Assignments are usually at the bottom. So here's the homework assignment already posted. You can click right there to look at it. Or you can go to the assignment tab. And there it is there, and you click on it. How did this get posted? Well, it's not viewable yet. But I should be on student view. How did I get off student view? You shouldn't be able to see that, darn. Anyway, I do have week 1 in-class posted. You just can't see it yet, because I gotta wait till Thursday. That's our assignment on Thursday. Anyway, you can go to the assignment folder and click there. Here's the syllabus folder. Here's the syllabus if you wanna download it and see the whole thing that I've been going over right there. But I copied and pasted the first 4 weeks, all the way up to quiz 1, so you can see it right here under the tab syllabus. These are the main tabs: home, announcement, assignments, grades, and syllabus. Those are basically the only ones we're using. We're not doing online discussions or anything like that. All right? So there's assignments, home, syllabus, weekly instructions. Oh, we're flying down. SI, we talked about supplemental instructor. Christian will come in and introduce himself. He'll email all of you. He'll tell you what room he's in, what times he's available. All right, we're ready for participation. Wait, let's get one of these. How are we doing on time? I'm gonna keep you guys entertained so you don't fall asleep. 1,771. Somebody's looking at these videos because I post the links on Canvas, and usually I don't have them open to the public. So the only way somebody can get to watch it is if they click on the link. So that means last semester, 1,771 views from students. So that if somebody's finding them useful, or they wouldn't keep looking at them. So from September to the end of December, the 2 classes, I have 2 classes, 80 students, same as this semester, 2 classes, 80 students. 1,771 went and viewed the videos from our lectures. And they can't be found searching, so it's gotta be students. Here's another number. Has anybody ever heard of Amazon Express, I think it's called? I can't remember if this is what it's called or not. Amazon Express. Anybody? Not one person's raising their hand. Isn't there anybody that needs money? Is there anybody that needs money? Raise your hand. Anybody wants money? How's that? Anybody want money? Okay, I got some hands, fine. I rode along with somebody who works for Amazon Express, and he was telling me all about it. And he says, you can just apply to be an Amazon Express delivery person, you get this app, and anytime you want to work, you check the app, you see what's available. What, is it not called Amazon Express? Now you're ready?
No, I know what you're talking about.
They have a wait list now for it.
Oh, you're telling me now that you can't just get on there now?
No.
Oh, they
I
have
think
too
I
many
tried it,
already?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, they
Well,
got-
he was telling me he got on there and there was no problem, anybody can do this. And when you open up the app, it has all these opportunities. Hey, here's a 2-hour run, here's a 3-hour run, here's an 1.5-hour run in cities around where you indicated you're willing to travel within 60 miles of your home address. You know, give you all these opportunities. Hey, we need a delivery for here, we need this delivered. And then he would pick, like in this case, he picked a 2-hour session. He said, I'm doing a 2-hour session, and they're paying me $25 an hour. And that's it, $25 an hour. Any expenses is on him, which is his car. And I'm trying to get him to realize, look, you may want to pick longer sessions, because whether you're picking a 2-hour session or an 1.5-hour session or even a 3-hour session, it seems like from everything you're showing me, you're putting on at least about 100 miles on your car. Now, what a lot of people don't realize is when they're using their car to make deliveries, they're putting real wear and tear on their car. the car is depreciating in value. For every mile you put on that car is less value. That's how it works in the real world. So the government allows you to write off against your income from your own little business, like your subcontractor. This is like your own business. You're a delivery person, independent, and you're delivering for Amazon using your car. And you're allowed to deduct from the income you're gonna make. So this person's gonna make $50. The IRS says, however many miles you had to drive to do that job with your personal car, we're gonna let you subtract 65.5 cents for each mile from the money you made that you don't have to pay taxes on. So he drove 100 miles, that's $65.50. He gets to subtract from $50. He doesn't pay a penny in taxes on this money because he used his own car and gets to subtract 65 cents a mile. But the reality is, that car probably lost value of about $50 by putting that 100 miles on. So it really cost him, he made $50, and that's all he's focused on. Look, I'm leaving from Mexico for vacation, I need some cash. He's all focused about getting that $50 because Amazon pays him the next day. It shows up in his account the next day after you made those deliveries. And so he goes, I just want some spending cash to go to Mexico. So he's working 3 days in a row, like a 3-hour shift, a 2-hour, and an hour and a half. And just making this cash real quick. But what he doesn't realize is that it's costing him like $50 in wear and tear in his car to make $50. So all he's doing is taking the car payment he made and transferring it back to cash so he has spending money on his vacation in Mexico. Wow. So I just wanted to mention that in case he led me to believe that all of you right now can sign up for this tomorrow. And what's nice about it is that if you're traveling somewhere or you're out of town, you open that app up and you let it know that where you're located, it will have all kinds of opportunities for you no matter where you're at to make deliveries and make money.
It's called Amazon Flex now.
Flex,
Yeah.
Thank you, not Express. Thank you, I couldn't remember. And the rates change. It's like this job is $25 an hour, this job is $30 an hour, this job is $22 an hour. The rates change based on what the job is. And that's how it works. So, anyway, I was amazed with it, so I wanted to share in case you guys didn't know. If you can get this, it's a nice little side gig when you're bored. Hey, I'm bored, I think I'll go make some deliveries. Boom, you got money in your account the next day. So that's the advantage of it. And you're gone somewhere, and you wanna make some extra money while you're visiting, you're in Ohio. Get on the app, make some deliveries for an hour, you got some extra money. All right, so now let's go to participation. Participation's way up here. Where is it here? Here we go. Participation is only 5% of your grade. So out of that 5%, 50%, so you gotta take 5 times 0.50. 50% of that, so 2.5%, 2.5% of your overall grade is attendance. That sign-in sheet over there. You know, I'm recording it, and if you're late, that's a quarter of a absence. If you're really late, that's a half an absence. If you leave early, that's a quarter of an absence. You know, so I take attendance, it's only 2.5% of your grade. So think about it. We have 3 quizzes, so 28 minus 3, 27, 26, 28. We have about 25 times we're meeting. Take 25, that's like 1/10 of 1% for each one. You'd have to be really late to affect your grade. That's why I'm saying don't let your homework assignment be late. You be late. It's all. I mean, there's 25 times we're meeting, and even if you miss every one of them, it only hurts your grade 2.5%. You'd have to you'd have to be late, and that way I'll take that back. You'd have to be absent for all 25. If you're late, it's just a quarter of one absence. So you'd have to be late 4 times just to be absent once. And it still doesn't affect your grade. Your assignments being late has the big effect on your grade. Next, 10% of your participation, so that would be 5 times 0.10 equals, what is that? That's half of 1%. Just a half of 1% of your overall grade in this class is based on you sending me 2 emails on 2 different days. Nothing attached to that email, not handing anything in. A lot of students will leave it till week 13 and 14 because I keep bringing it up towards the end of the semester to make sure nobody misses it. And they send emails, I just want to get participation. It counts. 2 emails, 2 different days, not handing anything in, nothing attached, and you have a participation that you emailed me. There you go, that's 10% of your participation. Next, 15% answering any questions during the live lecture, helping me get to know you, helping me get to know your name, when I ask questions out loud, raising your hand and asking me questions. All of those things participate in the lecturing process. And I have to, that's the only one of two things I have to make a judgment on. The only part I gotta make judgment on is, did you speak up during the lectures, and did you help others? Because helping others is also 15% of participation. During the in-class assignments, when I'm asking you to, everybody to get up and go to other rows and compare, you're comparing and hopefully helping the other person to figure out why their answer is not the same as yours. So helping others get through that in-class assignment is also 15% of your participation grade. Your goal is to help each other get 100 on the in-class assignment. We all need A's on those to keep our grade up in case we fall apart on one of the tests. Now, last, 10% of your participation grade is at the end of the semester, you have to do a course evaluation. After you get done with the course evaluation, there's this little page that says completed. I just need you to take a picture of that or a screenshot and email it to me. Not showing me any answers of your evaluation, just showing me that word completed, and you get the 10%. So that's at the end of the semester, and I'll remind you as we get close. Does everybody understand what participation is? There's only 2 parts where I have to make judgment. It's such a small part of your grade that even if I hate you, I cannot affect your grade. Barely, because there's only 2 parts. How am I gonna give you a 0 on helping others when you've been showing up and helping others? It's impossible. I don't grade you that way. I have no influence on your grade, except for those 2 little bitty parts, which is such a small part of your grade, it's like I absolutely have no influence on your grade. The grade's strictly in your hands. When I grade quizzes, I'm not even looking at names. I'm like an assembly line. I'm doing the first 2 problems, doing one after another, because I now have the answer memorized for the first 2 problems. I'm doing everybody's quizzes. And I'm making sure that if I take off a point for a mistake, that everybody who has that exact same mistake gets exactly the same point off. I'm trying to make sure I'm consistent and not looking at names. So I'm grading everybody the same, not even looking at names. The only influence I can have on your grade are those 2 little parts, answering questions during the lectures and helping others during the in-class assignments. Those are the only parts I have to make judgment on. And if I get to know you and learn about you, I'm sure you're gonna get a 90 or above on those, so nothing to worry about. The class is in your hands. Hit me with a few more questions before we break up here. I wanna make sure I cover everything. Any questions, please?
Do we get to see the tests after they're graded?
Yes, I've handed back the tests and we're going over it in detail, and you write notes on it and you can use it to kind of prepare for the final exam, your test, so absolutely. The only one you can't get back is the final exam, because I'm grading them after the semester's over. But I had one student who was really concerned about their final, so I did take pictures of, so they could see where they made their mistakes. But other than that, all the tests I had back. And there's old tests sitting out there, but here's the deal, I change the questions every single semester. The homework assignments, I change the questions every semester. So if you get a hold of an old test, it will help you prepare as to what to expect, and there'll be similarities in questions, but all the numbers are different and the words are different, so I change them every semester. Oh, you can't have old quizzes out or pictures of them while you're taking it. Only the stuff on Canvas and your personal notes and the book.
I was about to ask that. So for like the exams and the final, you can have anything paper, right?
You can't have anything paper but the book and the test, but you can have all that stuff electronically on your computer, on a flash drive or downloaded or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. So, let me emphasize this again. It's not about memorizing everything. It's about putting together a system that will allow you to find help fast. That you're familiar enough where to look. That you have, hey, expected value, PowerPoint chapter 3, slides 12 and 13, or textbook chapter 3, pages 27 through 28 or something like that, middle of the page. Something kind of system that will allow you, when you see the subject on the test, that will allow you to find the help you need to refresh your memory to then do the problem. That's the key. I think that's all I got. Did we cover it all? Did I leave anything on? Any other questions? That's it? I will see you on Thursday. We'll get into it. Oh. Sorry, was that
No, you're
yours?
okay, yeah, you're
Thanks.
okay.
God.